headlines for this hour on VTV News. National Assembly deputies question ministers about transport projects and e-commerce. Vietnam participates in Defense and Security 2023 exhibition in Thailand. And in world news, RAFAH crossing reopens for limited evacuation from GAZA.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello, it's 3 p.m. local time in Hanoi. You're watching VTV News. On Tuesday morning, the National Assembly continued a sixth session with a Q&A session focusing on economic issues. Deputy raised questions to ministers regarding various areas such as transportation, industries, and trade. More to follow.
Regarding transportation, National Assembly deputies expressed concerns about the construction quality of transport projects.
Poor preparation for investment in traffic projects is a reality. Examples include the project using ODA capital to build National Highway 19 in GAZA Lai, which has been delayed, and the Long Thanh International Airport project, which is undergoing adjustments. Poor preparation plays a significant role in delaying these projects. The minister should advise the government and the Prime Minister to identify the root causes and find solutions to address each cause.
Projects have to adjust their total investment mainly due to two main reasons. The first reason is changes in compensation for site clearance. This is due to differences in calculation and actual implementation. Second, the construction design consultant units conduct inaccurate surveys. The Ministry of Transport has advised the government to issue a directive requiring these units to improve the quality of survey work. We will also strengthen inspections, strictly manage construction costs, and check the capacity of consultant units. Localities need to regularly monitor market developments to promptly update construction material prices according to reality.
National Assembly deputies have requested that the Ministry of Industry and Trade offer solutions to effectively prevent the proliferation of goods of unknown origin on e-commerce platforms. The issue of fake goods and poor quality goods that do not match their descriptions is still prevalent. Many incidents have been discovered by the online community itself. When will the Ministry have an effective solution to address this situation?
Recently, the Ministry of Industry and Trade has implemented a number of solutions, such as holding shop owners accountable for their goods and removing information about infringing goods upon request. From now on, the Ministry will focus on reviewing the regulations and laws, decentralizing power to localities for comprehensive management of online transactions, strengthening management and supervision activities in the online environment.
The QA session will continue on Tuesday afternoon, covering various fields including security, science and technology, and education and training.
According to the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers, the seafood market is showing signs of improvement. In the past 10 months, seafood exports have reached an estimated total of $7.5 billion. Alongside the well-known export markets of the United States, China, and Japan, Brazil has emerged as one of Vietnam's top seafood imports markets. In the first 9 months of this year, Vietnam's seafood export to Brazil reached $72 million, experiencing a 1% increase and maintaining a positive turnover, unlike other markets. Snow, Travis, and Tilapia are in high demand, accounting for 23% of the volume and 21% of the seafood import value. The Associations of Seafood Exporters and Producers reports that Travis imported from Vietnam represent 46% of the volume and 33% of the value of white meat fish entering Brazil. This is due to its affordability and suitability for the taste preferences of Brazilian consumers. Ducks are waterfowl that typically inhabit aquatic environments. However, with the application of technology, many farmers are now able to raise ducks in rubber forests. This innovative model is enabling farmers in Bình Dương to achieve prosperity in various terrains. More about this success story in the following.
This is a high-tech duck farming area in Bình Dương province. It is situated within a rubber forest and does not rely on ponds or lakes for duck rearing. Over 11,000 ducks are raised on land in this area. Compared to traditional methods, the raising time is shortened, and the ducks achieve greater weight. They are housed in cold and automated cages.
As the duck grows, we gradually increase the temperature or adjust the fan blades accordingly.
My husband and I, or even just one person, can take care of 3 cages like this. They operate automatically with an automatic drinking water system and feeding line. This saves me time and effort when feeding the ducks.
With this model, the barn is designed as a canvas house. The farming floor is made from plastic mesh, positioned about 50 centimeters above the ground to provide the ducks with high and airy floor. The ceiling is insulated with foam to maintain a consistent temperature range of 25 to 27 degrees Celsius inside the barn. According to farmers, this new model saves 70% of labor compared to traditional livestock farming in terms of duck care.
People in this area already depend on rubber forests for their livelihood. This model enables them to cultivate rubber and raise ducks, thereby increasing economic efficiency.
We will promote mechanisms and policies to consolidate livestock farming areas, particularly in the northern regions of the provinces. Currently, high-tech livestock farming represents 100% of the industry, with poultry farming alone accounting for over 1,120,000.
The land-based duck farming model is being expanded to incorporate concentrated, large-scale farming with automation. This expansion aims to support Bình Dương province in becoming the leading center for high-tech livestock in the region.
According to the Hanoi Center for Employment Services, Hanoi needs approximately 35,000 to 45,000 workers from now until the end of the year. The fields that require the most recruitment are trade, services, and manufacturing activities. Businesses will be increasing their recruitment positions, especially for part-time roles, to meet year-end orders. In the past 10 months, Hanoi has already created jobs for nearly 187,000 workers, surpassing the assigned plan. To develop and stabilize the labor market and ensure social security, the Hanoi Center for Employment Services will continue to closely monitor the labor market. They will provide timely information on regulations and operations, as well as analyze and forecast the labor market. This will aid in planning policies and programs related to labor, employment, human resource development, and vocational training, aligned with the needs of both society and businesses. With only 2 months remaining until the end of 2023 and the arrival of the Lunar New Year in 2024, distribution channels have devised plans to ensure a stable supply of goods and maintain selling prices. Currently, the majority of major retailers in Ho Chi Minh City have collaborated with suppliers to increase the inventory by 20% and are investing heavily in large-scale promotions. More to follow.
This supermarket is committed to keeping prices stable for over 1,000 fast-moving consumer goods for the next 3 months, in anticipation of a projected 20% increase in purchasing power during the Tet holidays. The retailer will also increase inventory accordingly.
We will organize live streams to promote Tet products. Additionally, we will host a first-ever customer conference to facilitate connections between suppliers and customers. This will help us accurately stock the quantity of goods and offer preferential prices to customers and partners who place early orders.
Most retailers are currently prioritizing the stocking of essential goods while reducing their luxury product lines. Gift boxes and candies are expected to be the most sought-after products.
Some orders have already been placed, and prices have relatively stabilized. We are increasing the inventory of some Tet products.
Deploying long-term promotions helps businesses proactively manage production programs and promotion plans while also increasing demand and purchasing power.
according to the Ho Chi Minh City Department of Industry and Trade. The city plans to increase inventories of various goods by 3 to 5% in order to celebrate the Lunar New Year 2024. By preparing in advance, it is anticipated that prices will remain stable to meet the needs of consumers during this major holiday season.
The purchasing price of dragon fruit in Tiền Giang is currently $1.15 per kilogram, which is 3 times higher than it was at this time last year. Gardeners have attributed the high prices to the approaching end of the main season. Most gardens are almost out of fruit, resulting in lower supply compared to demand. According to the Tiền Giang Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, the annual dragon fruit harvest in this locality exceeds 236,000 tons. The cultivation is mainly concentrated in the district of Chợ Gạo, Gò Công Tây, and Gò Công Đông. Additionally, this province has 33 growing areas codes for export to China, South Korea, Japan, and the United States and Australia. In the past month, several banks have been adjusting and reducing saving interest rate, resulting in the highest deposit interest rate being around 6% per year. A survey conducted with 34 banks revealed that over 20 banks have further decreased their interest rate. Currently, most banks offer a maximum listed interest rate below 6% per year, with fewer than 10 banks still offering an interest rate of 6% per year or higher. The reduction in deposit interest rate is attributed to the abundant liquidity in the banking system. And before moving on to some other news, let's take a look at foreign exchange rate updated for today, November 7th. Coming up next on VTV News, Vietnam participates in Defense and Security 2023 exhibitions in Thailand. And Quảng Bình raises public awareness of drug crimes. The 2023 Defense and Security exhibitions opens on Monday in Nonthaburi Province, Thailand. This year marked the first time that a Vietnamese defense enterprise, Viettel Military Telecommunications Industry Group, is participating in the exhibition. The Vietnamese stalls, which cover an area of nearly 100 square meters, showcases 60 products categories through models and videos. These include communications, electronic warfare, simulation models, optoelectronics radar, command and controls, unmanned aerial vehicles UAVs, and 5G private network technologies. Running from November 6 to 9, the exhibition offers a wide range of military products designed for combat solutions in land, seas, and air operations. After announcing the results of a comprehensive inspection of TikTok's operation in Vietnam, the Ministry of Information and Communications held a meeting with TikTok Singapore and TikTok Vietnam. During a press conference on Monday afternoon, the ministry announced that the TikTok platform is currently making efforts to correct violations. However, the ministry requested that the platform be divided into smaller parts, supplemented with appendices, and provide specific implementation times and progress for each item. TikTok Singapore is expected to send a detailed report within 1 week. The platform is committed to complying with all content requirements set by the Ministry of Information and Communications, especially those related to children. When asked to remove infringing content, TikTok now blocks accounts instead of just individuals' clips, as it did before. In the past month, TikTok has blocked and removed 53 instances of violating content, achieving a 95% removal rate. Quảng Bình Province has 9 communes situated on the Vietnam-Laos border, including 3 border gates and numerous open trails. These geographical conditions provide an opportunity for drug criminals to illegally transport drugs from Laos into the country. Presently, the Quảng Bình police are actively raising awareness among the public to prevent drug trafficking across the Vietnam and Laos border.
On average, the Trường Sơn Commune Police coordinate with officers from the Lang Mo border guard station about 4 to 5 times a month to visit Paluang village and engage with the community on topics such as drug crimes and social evils.
Thanks to the border guards and the police, I have come to understand the harm caused by drugs. I will now share my knowledge with others.
Paluang village has a population of nearly 160 people. After implementing the drug-free border model to raise awareness about drug abuse and crime, security in the area has improved.
The commune police have collaborated with the village chiefs and border guard forces to integrate awareness about drug abuse and drug crimes into the village meetings.
The police forces have organized thorough prevention efforts. They help us stay away from social evils and the harm they cause. I'm grateful for their efforts.
Recently, the Quảng Bình Provincial Border Guards have integrated prevention programs with socio-economic development projects. This approach has helped raise awareness about drug abuse and crimes and had fostered movements for national security. These efforts have contributed to promoting the role of the people and strengthening the spirit of building a drug-free community at the border.
In Cam Thành Nam Commune, Cam Ranh City, Khánh Hòa Province, farmers have been minimizing the use of pesticides and following clean procedures to produce delicious and safe agricultural products. Thanks to organic farming, the apple orchards in this area have become popular destinations for customers to visit and enjoy fresh apples. More in the following story.
In this apple orchard, the garden owner is the first person to eat the newly picked apple right on the spot. This is because the apple orchards here are grown according to VTVgo process, which ensures product safety.
I only spray once every 3 to 4 months to kill pathogens, so there's no need to worry about eating this apple right from the garden.
The land of Cam Thành Nam, Cam Ranh City, Khánh Hòa Province is ideal for growing apple trees. The apples grown here are known for their sweet and crispy fruit. However, there was a time when gardeners had to either cut down apple trees or rely on pesticides to continue planting. Concerned about this, Hồ Tấn Cường embarked on a journey of green farming. He invented these large nets to protect the apple orchard from bugs.
The advantage is that we limit or even eliminate the use of pesticides on the apples that we pick. Additionally, the apples can have better quality, such as being larger, riper, and sweeter.
Hồ Tấn Cường also convinced other farmers in the area. Together, they joined the Thành Nam Orange Apple Growing Cooperative. Together, all 8 hectares of apple orchards here are cultivated in greenhouses with strict control over the use of pesticides.
If many people are doing the same thing, they will be recognized in the market and people will buy from them. However, if I create good products while others don't, then the truth becomes muddled.
In farming areas, apple farmers are less concerned about the health effects of pesticides from apple orchards around their homes. Similarly, consumers who eat safe apples also feel confident about their health.
VTVgo Cup 2023, a football tournament for the Vietnamese community in Japan, took place on October 6th. This is a cultures and sport exchange to celebrate the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Vietnam and Japan. 16 amateur football teams, both Vietnamese and Japanese, were registered to participate in the competition. Hundreds of Vietnamese expatriates and local people came to the stadium to enjoy the event. At the end of the tournament, the championship belonged to the team FC 37 Hiroshima. The 4 teams with the best results also won the right to participate in the Vietnamese National Championship Cup in Japan, held in mid-December this year in Tokyo. Music and arts have become official subjects in the new general educational curriculum for the first time. Cultures and artistic activities are increasingly promoted in schools, contributing to developing artistic passions with students. The newly introduced artistic programs will create future creative teams and, more importantly, a new generation with better knowledge and capacity to appreciate art.
This is an annual performance of a school drama club in Hanoi. Over the years, this activity has spread passion for art to young students.
Thanks to this, I feel more confident. It also gives me more skills that I can use for other roles on bigger stages.
Many club activities need the participation and support of teachers, the school board, and parents. So our students can enjoy and grow at the same time through the activities.
Since music and arts became official subjects, such art club models have grown stronger. Some schools have made efforts to prepare facilities and staff to teach professional arts subjects more systematically. They have also renovated specialized classrooms and invite guest teachers. Many students have revealed their talent.
It helps me see life with a more artistic perspective and develop my creative thinking. This is also a premise for me to pursue arts as my future career.
Arts help students promote their potential and develop. Thus, there will be more talents and creators contributing to make changes in a good way.
Now that the pilot schools have realized the dream of studying art at the high school level for students, more investment is needed for art education activities to develop in all schools across the country.
Coming up next in our World News, RAFAH crossing reopens for limited evacuations from Gaza. And duration of pharmaceutical exclusions to be shortened. After a 3-day suspension, the evacuations of injured Palestinians and foreign passport holders from Gaza has resumed. Approximately 80 foreign passport holders and 17 injured individuals left Gaza via Egypt's RAFAH border crossings, while 48 aid trucks crossed in the opposite direction. The International Committee of the Red Cross provided support for this operation. However, Egyptian officials announced that the RAFAH border gate would only be open to evacuated Egyptians and foreign passport holders whose names were included on the list created since November 1st. Those whose names are not on the list will not be granted permissions to cross this border gate. The European Commission has announced an increase in humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip by 25 million euros. European Commission's President Ursula von der Leyen stated that this decision brings the total amount of humanitarian aid provided by the European Union (EU) to the people of the Gaza Strip to 100 million euros. President von der Leyen also expressed concern that the current flow of aid through Egypt into Gaza is insufficient, and the EU is exploring alternative routes such as shipping by sea through the Republic of Cyprus. The EU leader further emphasized the importance of Israel taking measures to minimize casualties among Palestinian civilians.
Has also said
the Confederation of European Pharmaceutical Companies has expressed concerns about the impact of the newly announced drug market reform regulations on the European pharmaceutical industry. Previously, the European Commission's implemented regulations aimed at reducing the market exclusivity period for pharmaceutical copyright, increasing the supply and reducing the prices of certain medicines. In April of this year, the European Commission announced additional regulations that will further shorten the copyright of certain pharmaceutical lines and require pharmaceutical companies to disclose their formulas earlier. The new European regulations also aim to expedite the approval process for new drugs, ensuring a sufficient supply and affordable prices for medications. Using large drones and millions of seed, the UAE energy company Abu Dhabi National Oil Company aims to expedite its forestation program in Abu Dhabi. The company is working toward its 2030 goal of planting 10 million mango seedling. More in this and following story.
Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, in collaboration with Distant Imagery, a UAE-based environmental technology company, has initiated a project to plant 2.5 million mangrove seedlings. This planting is done using a drone planting technology that has been adopted by the Environment Agency Abu Dhabi.
We use technology and drones from a homegrown startup in the UAE to accelerate, as I've said, the planting, but also, and most importantly, to survey and monitor the success rates and compare it to conventional and traditional. So we have the numbers on conventional and traditional, be it on cost, be it on human error, and based on how many seedlings we can do.
As part of its ambitious fight against climate change, the UAE, which will host the COP28 Climate Summit in December, plans to plant 100 million mangroves by 2030.
So we have a 40% success rate, 40 to 44% success rate. And really what happens so that ADNOC can successfully have 2.5 million seedlings growing is that we replenish the following year. So we take that data from the first year and then we go back to the field and we replenish in the areas that were most successful.
So I think soil chemistry is a big component. Inundation of those sites with tidal waters is obviously crucial to that. If the sites are not going to be inundated with tidal water, the mangroves themselves are probably unlikely to survive. It's an important element of it.
The Gulf country now has 60 million mangroves spread across 183 square kilometers, which, according to the Climate Ministry, capture 43,000 tons of carbon dioxide every year. The United Nations Environment Programme reports that global mangrove forests experienced a decline of 3.4% between 1996 and 2020, but have since stabilized.
And now, as usual, let's continue with the weather forecast. And that's all the news for today. To rewatch the program, you can log on to VTVgo.vn or download the mobile application VTVgo. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.